Hello friends, and welcome to Webronaq. In this video we are going to unlock one of the most important differentiation tools in calculus, the chain rule. But first, let me show you why we actually need it. Look at this expression, the derivative of sine of x squared plus 3. If you reach for the standard power rule or the basic derivative of sine, you immediately hit a wall. Neither rule alone tells you what to do with that compound expression sitting inside. This is not an exotic edge case. Functions built inside other functions appear everywhere, in physics, engineering, and data science. To handle them cleanly, we need a systematic technique. That technique is the chain rule, and by the end of this video you will apply it with confidence. Alright, so what exactly is a composite function? It is simply one function feeding its output into another function as input. Let me use a concrete example. Define g of x as x squared plus 1, and define f of u as 2 times u. When we write f of g of x, we first apply g to the input x, and that result becomes the input to f. If x equals 3, then g of 3 gives us 9 plus 1, which is 10. Then f takes that 10 and returns 2 times 10, which is 20. The combined rule is f of g of x equals 2 times the quantity x squared plus 1. This idea of one function living inside another is the heart of composite functions, and recognizing that structure is what the next slide is all about. Now that we have seen composite functions in action, let us focus on one critical skill: spotting which part is the outer function and which is the inner. Take our example again. F of g of x equals 2 times the quantity x squared plus 1. The outer function f acts on whatever sits inside it, and the inner function g of x equals x squared plus 1 is what sits inside. A quick test. Ask yourself what gets applied last. That is your outer function. What feeds into it? That is your inner. With x equal to 3, g gives us 10, and f wraps around that to give 20. Once you can reliably identify the inner and outer layers of any composite, applying the chain rule becomes almost automatic. That identification step is exactly what the next slide builds on. Here is the chain rule, stated cleanly. If y equals f of g of x, then dy divided by dx equals f prime of g of x times g prime of x. Let me break each piece into plain English so the formula feels logical. The first factor, f prime of g of x, is the derivative of the outer function, but you leave the inner function untouched inside it. The second factor, g prime of x, is the derivative of the inner function on its own. You multiply them together. Think of it as, differentiate the outside, keep the inside, then multiply by the derivative of the inside. That pattern, outer times inner derivative, is the entire chain rule. It is not arbitrary. It comes directly from how rates of change compose when one quantity depends on another through an intermediate variable. Next, we apply it to real examples. Let me show you the chain rule in action with two examples. First, y equals the quantity 4x plus 5 raised to the 7th power. The outer function is u to the 7, so its derivative is 7 times u to the 6. The inner function is 4x plus 5, so its derivative is 4. Applying the chain rule, dy divided by dx equals 7 times open parent 4x plus 5 close parent to the 6 times 4, which simplifies to 28 times open parent 4x plus 5 close parent to the 6. Second, y equals sine of x squared plus 3. The outer function is sine of u, whose derivative is cosine of u. The inner function is x squared plus 3, whose derivative is 2x. So dy divided by dx equals cosine of x squared plus 3 times 2x. Both examples follow the same pattern. Differentiate the outside, keep the inside, multiply by the inner derivative. Alright, let's bring it all together. A composite function chains two functions, so the output of one becomes the input of the next. We write it as f of g of x, where g is applied first and f is applied second. The chain rule tells us how to differentiate these compositions. It says, take the derivative of the outer function evaluated at the inner function, then multiply by the derivative of the inner function. In shorthand, dy divided by dx equals f prime of g of x times g prime of x. Whether you use the u substitution approach or think of it as outside-inside, the pattern is always the same. Differentiate the outside, keep the inside unchanged, then multiply by the derivative of the inside. Master that pattern, and you can differentiate almost any composite function you encounter. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.